Quick disclaimer here, trading is very risky and carries a high level of risk. Anything said here is not a financial advice. Make sure you trade with money you can only afford to lose. Stay safe. Hi everyone. It's a beautiful weekend and it's a beautiful Saturday over here again. And as usual, we're going to be going through our pairs and what we should be expecting for the week to come, and we should see how our analysis of last week went through. So for the new people that are just coming to the channel, new subscribers that are just coming in, this is Voice of Trade with World Bank, and over here we post daily analysis, weekly analysis on these pairs: Euro CHF, USD, GBP, and then BTC. So you can take advantage of that while you watch the videos and also learn how to make analysis all by yourself. On last week on Euro CHF, this was where we stopped. We're expecting this break of structure to get broken, which has actually broken out. So if you want to watch the video, it's gonna pop up in a minute, so you can go back to watch it if you haven't watched it before. I was expecting a touch into this demand zone. Look at what happened, and touched our demand zone as we expected, spiked out a little bit and then started moving in our direction. But if you move down to smaller time frame, like the 15 minutes time frame, there won't be any problem with entering the trade at all, because it's all happened during the Asian session, and you could have taken beautiful trades of the spikes over here. Yeah, I've taken beautiful trades of the spike. We've gotten a nice break of structure over here. Yeah, so after that break of structure, you have gotten beautiful entries over here. Re-entry at the top of this week. Okay, this one didn't re-enter, this one didn't trigger, only if we had used the wider candle. But then at least you'd have gotten the initial entry, which was from this low here, and you'd have gotten almost, yeah, you'll have gotten 60 pips, almost 70 pips. So that's on the 1 hour demand zone we drew and which we're expecting. So let's go to the weekly time frame again and see what we're expecting. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, we're either expecting it to touch this extreme supply or this 1 day supply zone over there. As you can see, we have a daily supply zone which we are expecting price to touch in and then continue selling, because overall we are actually bearish. So we can refine this weekly supply on the daily time frame. Now moving to the 4 hour time frame, like I said, we're still expecting price to tap into this daily supply zone over there to give us a sell opportunity, and so we can continue the sales. Aside that, we'll be looking forward to buying trades. So that is why we have all demand zone drawn out and waiting for price to continue pushing up into the target zone, which is the 4 hour and the daily supply zone, so we can then sell off from there. So let me just delete all of this. Okay, that's an extreme supply demand zone we want to work with, since we've gotten a break of structure and we have a little counter trend sell over here. That's a supply zone over there. Broke structure again to the left. Yeah, so that is a beautiful supply zone over there, which price is reacting to. But you can see what is happening. Price is trying to sell off. So let's go to the 15 minutes time frame for entry opportunities. So we have a nice supply zone from the 1 hour supply. This will be for the entry. So where will be the target? The target should be here. We have a demand zone, nice demand zone over here. Okay, so I'm expecting price to tap into this demand zone, buy, or give us a deeper pullback into the extreme demand zone, and then it buys off just like that. So that is what I'm expecting on Euro CHF. I'm expecting a short sell over here, short sell into this demand or this demand before the pump to the upside. Okay, then we'll continue following the other flow on the 1 hour time frame. So that is what I'm expecting right now. So you can call this a change of character, because that is the first, you can see now, that is the first reasonable break of structure since this whole uptrend over here. So you can see that the uptrend is very strong. Let me just delete all these extremes. So this is what I'm expecting on Euro CHF for Monday, expecting a sell from this supply zone into this demand zone. So let me draw out my, so I'm expecting a tap into this demand or this demand, but I can still say this demand is valid because some people might want to ask that which is more valid. Yeah, both are valid since we've gotten more like a, should I say, liquidity grab now? Okay, liquidity grab over here, and then it has spiked a little bit. So, but you know, this one is giving us engineering grabbing liquidity or creating liquidity rather for this demand zone. You understand? So, but nonetheless, we are fine with the two demand zones that we want to work with. So next on the list is Euro USD. Let's go to the weekly time frame because a lot has happened over here. Okay, so this is the weekly time frame over here on Euro USD. We've tapped into this supply zone and we're looking at this other supply zone, and now we have this strong rejection. Let's go to the daily time frame and see what's going on there. Okay, looks like price is rejecting from this supply zone over here. Okay, now tapped into the 50% and it's dropping nicely. You can see it reacted from the open. Now it's tapping into the 50% and we don't know if we'll get a reaction like this one. But nonetheless, let's move to the 4-hour time frame and see what could have happened over here. Price mitigated the imbalance, as you can see. Nice mitigation. And let's go to the 1-hour time frame. So last week I was expecting, you know, price to react from either of these supply zones at the extreme, but you can see what happened. Price pierced through both of the supply zones. So let me just delete that now. Yeah. Since we got a tap into this demand zone over here, since then we've been bullish, but then we don't know how long this, you know, bullish movement will last for. So moving to the 1-hour time frame. Yeah, so price mitigated this POI, the imbalance. You can see still at the extreme, but nonetheless I was planning to take a sell over here. So let me just delete that. I was planning to take a sell over here, but I missed the pending order by a few pips, which was very, you know, very annoying. So I was just using that change of character over there, and then I executed. You understand? So I didn't get triggered in, though some of my students got triggered in because setup was sent to the mentorship group, and you know, the trade did the most. Okay, so change of character just like that, and then boom. So what am I expecting for next week on Euro USD? Euro USD next week, just like Euro CHF, still have, you know, a little bit of reaction. Yeah, so I still have some supply zones I also work with, or this. Yeah, so I'll take this supply zone. This one looks more valid because we have, can call this inducements into the supply zone. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting for next week. You know, this will just be like a short-term sell into the demand zone. Okay, short-term sell into the demand zone, and then we look for buys again at this demand zone, which is what I'm expecting. So for next week, we're still, you know, I'm still looking for price to continue going up into the daily supply zones. You understand? So this is a nice setup for the week next week. Okay, yeah, so let's go back to the daily time frame again and see what we have. Okay, I think it's 4-hour time frame. Yeah, daily. Okay, daily time frame. I was looking at this supply zone over here. Yes, so tap like the 50%, but nonetheless, refining this back to the 4-hour time frame, the supply zone hasn't been mitigated yet. Yeah, so refining that to the 4-hour, supply zone hasn't been mitigated, so we can still, that's also we can look for buys into the supply zone. over here. Okay, and you can see we had this little mitigation on Euro USD from there. Let's go to the 15 minutes. So you can see we got a nice reaction on the 15 minutes time frame from that 4-hour point of interest. Okay, so but for next week, or this week, sorry, next week, this is what I'm expecting. Okay, this is what I'm expecting. And the next pair is GJ. So on GJ, let's go back to the weekly time frame first of all. So we are still very bullish. We're still very, very bullish. Okay, tap into this demand, got the spike, liquidity grab, and then started spiking to the upside. So since then, it has been so aggressive. Though we're trying to look for short-term sells into this demand zone, remember, or this demand zone. Remember, that's where we stopped last week. I was looking at either this demand zone or this demand zone, but you can see what's happened once price tapped into a demand zone. You don't want to look for sales again, but we'll only be looking for sales hadn't been this demand zone hadn't been tapped first. You understand? So since that has been tapped first, you want to go long since the overall trend is what is an uptrend. So that is a little information you guys need to know. If it's an uptrend, the sales will just be for the counter trend, and just continue following the trend just like that. Okay, so let's go to the 15 minutes time frame for this. So we look at this spike now. I think this one happened in the midnight. So I've gotten a little entry over here. Yeah, look at that spike. Spiked up, to and fro. This one created inducements. Yeah, you can call that inducements. And look at what happened. Spiked into the demand zone and then moved up. Okay, so from this demand zone alone, this is another 300 pips swap. But then this one happened during the Asian session, you understand? This one happened during the Asian session. But this is a JPY pair, you understand? So your orders, you can leave your orders active since you all know that the pair is going to be active during the Asian session. And then while you are asleep, the trade will do the most, and you can see what happened. So you would have gotten a beautiful trade here, beautiful trade of 1 to 14 on GJ, just from last week's setup. Okay, and then Euro CHF too, there was a beautiful 66 pip movement on that. Okay, so since we are still very bullish on GG, the next demand zone to watch out for is this demand zone here, this demand zone here. So you can then look for counter trend sales into this demand zone, and then it might not even be into this demand zone, it might be just half of the imbalance like this, and then you just take your profits since the sell is a counter trend sell, and you really don't know when price is going to reverse from your entry points. So most of the times price doesn't pull back into the extreme demand zone, but you should already know what you are looking for. Sometimes it might not pull back, just reverse a little bit. Sometimes it might pull back, break through, and then give you even more trade than you were expecting on the major movements of the trend. Okay, so it's all left to you and how your risk management is, you understand, depending on type of trader you are. So if you're a scalper, do well to scalp it, because we have a wide range over here. We have 200 pips here. So looking for sales, you can take 50 pips, 100 pips, or 150 pips. You understand? So just calculate your trade and know what you're going to do about the counter trend sell. So for next week, aside the counter trend sell, we have to follow the buyers, we have to follow the trend. So this is what I'm expecting for next week. Okay, we have a demand zone over here, which is nice, which is looking nice to get mitigated from. And the next pair we have here is BTC. Okay, so BTC, this one, the sell was sent to the crypto group, and yeah, so this is where we stopped last week. I was expecting the sell from here, but when it spiked outside, I was not really interested in looking for sales, and it happened during the Asian session, so I just lost interest. And yeah, so you can see what we have now. Let's go to the weekly time frame. Yeah, looking at the weekly time frame, still very bearish, but look at what happened now. Look at what happened. It didn't break out from this last week here. It only created the support here, which is very nice. Though if it still breaks that support, there's still 10K is inevitable, you understand? It's inevitable. But then look at what is happening right now. It's looking bullish. Okay, so we have to follow the flow, and then we have a supply zone here. So the only thing that will make me go bullish on this pair right now is if we have a breakout from this supply. If we have a nice breakout of this supply zone over here on BTC, then probably BTC is, you know, truly bullish, you understand? Though we still have a supply zone here also. Okay, so aside those two supply zones, then BTC might not hit 10K this year, you understand? But then if it quickly reacts from this supply zone and then start dropping off, you all know what that means again. So it's just continue the trend, continue with the trend. Okay, so on Bitcoin, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. We have these demand zones, you know, price can pull back into. We have this one that has been mitigated already, and we have one here. So we can look for opportunities to buy into the daily supply zone, you understand? So since things have changed again, since the trend has changed a little bit, so you know, you can look for buying opportunities inside this demand zone. So also same thing on Euro USD, you can look for your counter trend sales at least to take some pips into this market, away from this market. This is a demand zone here. This is a demand zone here. Yeah, so you can, this can be your TP1, and then the other extreme will be your TP2. You understand? Then you look for buying opportunities. So if you can get the buy opportunity here, fine. You close all your trades from here, and if you can't get the confirmation entry over here, it means it probably wants to come here, and then you look for your entry over here, close all your sell trades, and then once you get your buy confirmation, you go with it. Or else, if you don't see, let me try that back. So if you don't see any confirmation here, maybe price wants to head back into this 19.3, price 19.3. Okay, so that your counter trend will become something like a swing trade. You understand? Just a small counter trend trade, swing trade. So this is what I'm expecting on BTC for the week. I think this analysis has been helpful a little bit, starting from Euro CHF down to Euro USD and GBP JPY. So if you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you have any question, ask it in the comments, like and share. It is very, very important. It helps the algorithm. If you want my mentorship, it's just 100 USD one-time payment, lifetime access to my mentorship and signals, all my signals plus gold and currency pairs. Okay, that will be all for now. Peace, guys. See you in the next one.